Hello friends, welcome to my channel Reno's Englishpedia. Today we are going to do the topic a comparative study of tenses. I assume that you are quite familiar with all the forms of the tenses, but in this video what is going to be more important is when should we use the different kinds of tenses, the confusion between the different tenses. There is a lot of confusion between the present indefinite or the present continuous. We do not know when to use which. So let's begin. Imagine that this is the timeline. Now let us mark a point on this line which will become the present moment. Which tense do you think will best describe this moment? Is it the present indefinite tense or will it be the present continuous tense? If your answer is present indefinite tense, then think. In the time period you thought of the answer, that moment passed away. Is your answer really right? The right answer here will be the present continuous tense. The question over here is why? The present indefinite tense is used to express any habitual action. It does not represent the present moment but just represents any action which you normally do every day. On the other hand, the present continuous tense means an action which started in the past, is going on at the time of speaking and will continue to some point in the future. Thus, this tense best describes the present moment. There is also great confusion between the use of simple past and the past continuous tense. Now imagine that this black dot on the timeline is the present time of speaking. In the past, an activity was going on, that is, Anita was skiing on the mountain slope. While she was skiing, it started snowing. The past continuous tense means an action in progress at some point of time in the past, which means the action when Anita was skiing on the mountain slope. Now, simple past means an action which has been completed in the past. So, when Anita was skiing on the mountain slope, another action started, that is, it started snowing. It means that a simple past tense can exist by itself. It does not need any other sentence to make the meaning complete. However, when we are talking about the past continuous tense, another action must happen to make its meaning complete. That is, the two tenses are often used together to show that one action was in progress when another took place. Another great confusion is between when should we use the simple past and when should we use the present perfect tense. Let's try to clear this confusion by deciphering the meaning of these two sentences. First sentence is, I have read Shakespeare. This is in the present perfect tense, and the second sentence is, I read Shakespeare, which implies the simple past tense. Now, present perfect means that an action happened in the past, but it is linked in some way to the present moment. On the other hand, simple past simply means that an action happened in the past, but there is no linkage with the present moment. Thus, the meaning of the first sentence is that although I read Shakespeare in the past, I remember most of it now. And the second sentence means I read Shakespeare in the past, but I remember little of it. Little over here means absolutely nothing. Thus, both the simple past and the present perfect tense are used to express past actions. However, in present perfect tense, the action may have continued till the present moment, or its effect may still be felt in the present moment. That is, the past action is linked to the present moment. On the other hand, in simple past, the action is not at all linked with the present moment. There is also great confusion between the tenses, the simple past and the past perfect. We are always confused when should we use them. Now, in order to understand this, consider the two statements. The first statement is, I reached the station, and the second statement is, the train left. Now, both of these statements are actions in the past. Now, arrange them in such a manner that it means that you missed the train. What action happened first? Did you reach the station or did the train leave? Over here, if you answered that the first action that happened was that you reached the station and the second action that happened was that the train left, then that means you were able to catch the train. If you did this, then you did not arrange them in the proper order. Therefore, the first action that happened was that the train left, and the second action that happened was that you reached the station. Thus, there were two actions that occurred in the past, and now let's understand this in detail. Let us consider the sentences one step at a time. So, the first action that happened was that the train left. And the second action was that you reached the station. Now remember that the past perfect tense can only be used if two or more actions have occurred in the past and the tense is applied to the action which occurs first. Over here, the action which had occurred first was that the train left. So this sentence will be given the past perfect tense, that is, the train had left. Again, we have already discussed this. The simple past tense is always applied to the last action that occurred in the past. The last action that occurred here was that you reached the station. Therefore, this sentence will be given the simple past tense. Thus, the correct sentence will be, the train had left when I reached the station. There is also great confusion between the present continuous tense and the present perfect continuous tense. The present continuous tense emphasizes on the present aspect of the situation. There is no concern with how long the action has been in progress. For example, don't disturb her, she is singing. It doesn't matter for how long she was singing, but over here the present aspect of the matter is more important, that she is singing. On the other hand, the present perfect continuous tense emphasizes on the period for which the action has been in progress. For example, she has been singing for the last 4 hours. Over here, there is more stress on the time period, that is, the last 4 hours. With this, we come to the end of our topic. I hope that I have been able to clear most of your doubts. If there is still some question or some doubt that you have, you are free to ask them in the comment section. If you like the video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to Renu's Englishpedia. Please stay tuned for further videos. Thank you.